All right, let's see. Computer's turned on. I'm sitting under way too many lights. I'm uncomfortably hot. I should be wearing makeup, but I've decided not to. Perfect. Let's begin. People of Earth, my name is Tom Britton. I work in theater in Chicago. This time the question is, how do you find venues where you can perform? And for actors, performers, and writers outside the traditional, this is a very, very difficult question because we don't just go audition a lot of times. We will create shows, we'll make shows, etc., which puts us outside the role of a Shakespearean actor. You go audition for Hamlet, you get the part for Hamlet, you're Hamlet. So I got five that you can mix and match. I believe marketing should fit your personality. Unless you're a professional publicist, then you should do what you're paid to and do what you're told. If you're not, you should always fit it to your personality. So here's five. I'll give you some thoughts on them. And then the idea of this entire series is you pick what works for you because doing something is better than doing nothing. One, I stole from Glengarry Glen Ross, always be closing. So I've got always be looking, ABL, and always be asking, ABA. This is just sort of a general idea. Always be looking is if your show can go into a theater. If you are interested in that, or if you fit that model. Not all shows belong in a theater. Most do, but not all. So what that means, always be looking, is exactly that. Where are the theaters in your hometown? Because I don't care where you live, there's a theater somewhere. Maybe it's a 30-minute drive because you live like I grew up in a very podunk town. I'm in Chicago now, tons of theaters. If you drive, park. Find the neighborhood you think is cute or where your show might work and park that car. Walk around. That's how you really find theaters. Always be asking kind of dovetails into some other ideas I've got. Always be asking means exactly that. Where are you going to see theater? Where are theaters located? What are you guys doing? Networking is very important. If you're just sort of sitting and waiting on the answer to fall from the sky, no, engage. What's the corporate word is proactive, a word that I hate. Be active. That's the word they're trying to reach for. Not reactive, but active in what you're searching for. Go out there and find it. I'm going to dovetail right into the next point, which I call go outside the black box. Go outside the black box means if you're already in a theater, look outside the theater for venues. This is important if you are a burlesque act, a commedia act, a magician, a juggler, a clown. I do a lot in the variety arts. That's why I think I get these questions. Go outside the black box means this. When we're recording now, which is in July 2015, right now, 10 days ago, I performed my show at a museum here in Chicago called the International Museum of Surgical Science. It was amazing. 12 or 13 days, now 14 days from now, I'm performing at a vegan restaurant. We're doing they're closing the restaurant, and it's dinner theater, but it's a little different than most dinner theater. I've performed, and I guess if I'm known for anything, I'm known for this, in a lot of venues. They're not always legal venues, and that's something I've kind of got a reputation for. I'm a bit punk rock, so abandoned buildings, illegal punk rock bars, speakeasies, but also the back rooms of churches, bars, restaurants, people's homes, people's living rooms, attics, basements, backyards. I really am not constrained by the fact that there's not a lot of space or that space is too expensive. I like to do shows that are not going to be popular. They're not going to make a lot of money. So I can't rent a theater for hundreds or thousands of dollars a night because it's just not that interesting to that many people. I'm not doing 2.5 Men the musical. I'm doing some weird niche project. This is one for my performers I named earlier, my variety performers. Actors don't need this tip. This is for the magicians, the jugglers, burlesque performers, mind readers, clowns, circus performers. Join other troupes and work with actors. Too often we get in our little world and you don't know where the theaters are because none of you work in theaters. Of course you don't. You're not working with actors. So you don't have to join them, meaning go audition for pieces. I mean, they're always looking for tech help. They're always looking for volunteers. You can audition, but you can also attend as an audience member. One of my first forays into traditional theater was through an improv troupe. I went to an improv show. I enjoyed it. It was a short form kind of improv, whose line is it anyway style. And I went again and again and again and again. There were 7 to 9 people in the troupe at any given time. They changed, people came in, people went out. And almost all of them were actors, directors, writers of traditional theater. That gave me the opportunity to connect with those folks, to ask, where are the theaters? How do you do this? Where do you get insurance? How do you do that? They had years of experience in this that I didn't, coming from fire eating and juggling and circus and those sorts of performing arts. There's two more that are a little tougher to do that'll be kind of a lifelong ambition. One is a tip that I thought of that I've never had anyone do, and it would work on me. I call it partner up. It's over here. Partner up is something I've always wondered. Why does no one come up to me after the show and say, hey, how do I partner with you with my show? How do we do a double header? How do we do a partner show? In circus, we call them combined shows. So I've already got the theater. I've already got the marketing. I've already got an audience. Why don't you do your 20-minute show separate, but in the same venue? So when we go to talk to the owner of the theater, you can let me take lead. I know the secret language. I know how to do this. Just watch me work. And then you pay a portion of the rent. And you do your 30-minute show, and then that's it. That's the show. They leave. My audience comes in. I do my show. We're not really working together, but we're partnering on the night. This is, you can call this the combination Pizza Hut Taco Bell of theater. I've never had anybody approach me with that. I would be very open to that idea if they were separate shows, because if they're kind of smushed together, then I care how good your show is. But if they're separate shows, then it doesn't matter to me if you're a great show or a bad show. You're a business partner, and that's enough. You'll learn. You'll get better. It's fine. The last one is a lifelong endeavor. Gain and maintain a reputation. If you can gain and maintain a reputation, people will come to you with venues. This restaurant that I'm performing at a couple of weeks ago, I don't perform in restaurants. That's not really my thing. I don't think dinner theaters, this will be fun because it's friends, but that's my point. It's gain and maintain a reputation. I now know the owner. Now we're friends, this vegan restaurant owner and I. But we weren't at first. We had a friend in common who worked there. And the owner said to this friend, hey, you work in theater. I'm thinking about doing some kind of murder mystery or some kind of show or something for brunch. And that guy said, oh, you should talk to my friend Tom. He does that kind of stuff. So you see that reputation of he does that kind of stuff. I've had 2 different theaters just in the last month. Neither of these worked out, but they came to me because they wanted to do late night programming. And again, with me being kind of in the punky underground thing, they can't get their Shakespeare fans, their Annie fans, to stay for a midnight show. But my crowd will come to a midnight show, especially if it's a little cheaper than the average ticket price. So that's that reputation. So these larger theaters in Chicago came to me. We had a meeting. Nothing happened, but we had a meeting. I don't know how many other people had that. So there you go. There's 5 tips. Always be looking, always be asking. Look outside the black box. Join other troupes or work with other actors. That's just advanced networking. Partner up. Give it a shot. I would be open to it. That's the only evidence I have. I've never done it. Gain and maintain a reputation. 5 very simple things you can do. 1, 5, 2, 3, mix, match. Now you know the attitude for finding venues where you can perform your show without just signing big checks and hoping everything works out. I'll see you next time. My name's Tom Britton. On behalf of Well Attended,